engagement coach with the Van City Home Team. And today we are here with Brett Youngberg with SeeVirtual360.com, virtual marketing and photography. And actually, I've just had the pleasure of being able to use their services to do some Matterport video, which is 3D videography of my new listings now that we're obviously out there more virtually. So welcome, Brett.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Natasha.
Tell me a little bit, Brett, a little bit about your business, your background, and, what interested you in your business in the first place.
Yeah, so I went to school to become an engineer. And while I was down there, my uncle had started this business, SeeVirtual. And every time I was home, we'd get together and kind of go through it. And anyways, I was very intrigued by the business, and we were always discussing it every time I was back from school. I ended up, after finishing university, playing volleyball professionally for close to a decade, and also playing for Canada. And so I was off doing that. And while I was playing, I ended up purchasing part of the business. And then when I had to retire from playing, I started working for the company. And then slowly over probably 4 or 5 years, got into the position where I am now, where I'm responsible for running the company. So always had a fascination with technology. And that's, I think, what initially drew me to the business. And it's been a very interesting learning experience, going from just working in it to being responsible for it. So that's kind of my involvement with it. My uncle, when he started the company, he's in the real estate space, and he saw the technology down at one of the Inman conferences in San Francisco and ended up buying the camera and bringing it back and introducing it to his offices, and then eventually to the broader market. And then from there, it kind of took off to where we were also servicing, local businesses and companies. And over the last 20 plus years, I mean, the content we've created and the number of different venues that we've kind of shown online is pretty amazing. All the way from Boeing 747s for Lufthansa, like way back in the late 90s, to like the Connect Place Children's Hospice in Abbotsford, the new location. So some really cool venues that we've got to put online.
So that's with Matterport, right? That's using
no, not just Matterport. So we developed our own technology after using the original cameras, and it's slowly progressed. So we do both 360 interactive virtual tours. We've done now the 3D, the Matterport tours that you've experienced. Mm-hmm. We also do video tours and drone, still photography, 3D floor plans. So a number of different services that essentially take a physical space or location and allow people to understand it. So we can get people from the online world, like where we are now, to actually going and seeing it in person in the real world.
Right. Yeah, I would imagine actually, realtors, of course, would use your services, and maybe even, hotels. Okay, so tell us, obviously, a lot of businesses have had to change because of COVID-19 and focus more virtually. That's not really been the case for you. If anything, it's actually improved your business probably, right?
Yeah, there's definitely been a readjustment period, certainly within the real estate market, which, like you said, there's a lot of real estate agents that use us to help market the homes. And so we have seen a little bit of a downturn, but there have been a lot more inquiries into the service. So as businesses are readjusting to what we're going through, they're looking at ways to how do we show people what we have. So number of requests from businesses that have showrooms where they may be closed to the public, or people are just concerned about going there. So how do they put that online and kind of show the inventory that they have? So requests around that. Property management, so anyone who's renting out a space or an apartment, because of the same restrictions in real estate around open houses and showings, is how do they show more to prospective tenants online? And so some more inquiries coming that way. So it'll likely pick up, I think, as people get kind of comfortable with this new normal and realize that they need to start making changes to how they perhaps operated in the past. So I suspect it will strengthen at least our industry overall.
For sure it will. I was asked a question this morning if using virtual tours and that is actually prompting people to buy the real estate without viewing it. And I would say that there hasn't been enough time to determine that yet, or enough comfort, but it's definitely qualified people to the point where when they do actually take the step of viewing the property, they are absolutely interested. So, I mean, it's a great way to really give all the info.
Some of the stats have shown, and this is going back, I mean, anecdotally, we've had customers, even with just the 360 tours that we've been doing over the years, where people were abroad or needing to move into the area and bought the place sight unseen, just based on the virtual tour and the floor plans and the photos. So it has happened, but you're right in terms of qualifying the people who are really interested. It allows people to kind of make that initial decision, like, is this place going to be right for me? And if it is, they're actually more likely to take action. Whereas, you know, if they're kind of unsure, you know, if people are hesitant or they've got concerns that it may not work, they may not take the step of picking up the phone or deciding to get in the car and go. Whereas if you can give them that confidence online, they're actually more likely to take action. And so we find with our clients, they end up actually with more inquiries, but of higher quality as well. So I think that, you know, as especially for the real estate industry, as they're kind of forced to make that change, everyone's now forced to do it, they'll start to see those benefits. Like, hey, this is actually good that people are reaching out or do want to have a showing. They know exactly why they're coming and that it's probably going to work for them, as opposed to just the looky-loos or, hey, we'll go check it out for fun and just see, which can be nice, but it also can waste a lot of people's time as well.
Well, that's true. And I mean, with the safety aspect of it right now, we don't want anybody just coming in because they want to check anything out, right? So.
Right, exactly.
Okay, well, I've checked out your services online. I look forward to using more of them. We'll put a way to contact you at the end, but I believe your website is SeeVirtual360.com.
Yep.
And you've got a pretty good social media presence as well. So check out SeeVirtual Marketing and Photography. And thanks, Brett.
Yeah, thanks very much, Natasha. It's awesome.